Well, let's talk about the curse of busyness. How many of you are too busy? Come on, don't give me none of this stuff. Let's see. When one of my granddaughters was 8 years old, she's now 18, and she's actually here in the service. Abby, I don't know if you remember this or not, but trying to find exactly what you said so I don't mess it up. But she had to do some kind of paper about if you were going to give a gift, what kind of gift would you give? And she said, if I could give a gift to anybody, I'd give my grandma the gift of time because she's always so busy. And so people notice. She was 8, and she noticed that her grandma was busy all the time. Don't be so busy, just being busy, that you don't have time for the things in your life that are really the most important. Don't just park your kid in front of a television, talk to them. Amen? Americans are so busy, and we wear our busyness like a badge. We're proud of it. Let me tell you how busy I am and how much I've been doing. And sometimes I just want to say, but is it worth anything, or is it even what you're supposed to be doing? And today in our society, and I think most of you will agree, we have got an epidemic of people not keeping their word. I mean, I am so tired of that. Just so tired of that. You have an appointment, somebody doesn't show up. They don't even call you to tell you they're not coming. You call again. Well, what happened to you yesterday? I had an appointment. I took off work to meet you here. You didn't show up. Oh, I'm sorry. I got so busy. Well, I thought you were going to call me back. I'm sorry. I just got so busy. I've just got so much going on. I'm just so busy. You know what? That is a lame, dumb excuse. I mean, sometimes you can get busy and forget something, but if your excuse for not keeping your word is I'm busy, then you need to rework your schedule. Here's why, and I'm going to tell you a secret, and you can believe this or not believe it, but we all have the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours a day. It's not like, I have too much time and you don't have enough time. Now, in a lifetime, some may live longer than others, but we all have 24 hours a day. And it's amazing to me that some people can accomplish so much with their time while other people just do absolutely nothing with theirs. And so I want to say, are you busy? But what are you busy doing? What do you have to show for it at the end of the day? What are you going to have to show for it at the end of your life? How many really good friends do you have? You got to put time into stuff like that. And I don't mean this at all to be disrespectful. They've both passed on, my mom and dad, and thankfully they're both in heaven. And so since in heaven you can't get mad, they can't get mad at me for what I'm going to say. So. And they would agree now that they see the other side, but my mom and dad, they just basically wasted their whole life. When my dad died, he was 86. There was nobody that cared one thing about him. Didn't have any friends. I mean, I took care of my mom and dad until they died, and we tried to treat them decent, but because of what had happened in my life, it was never really like I had a real mom and dad. And I had one brother who ended up committing suicide from drugs and alcohol, and They didn't have any money. They couldn't take care of themselves. They were sick. Life is a gift from God. And every day that you have is a gift, and it's precious. And when I say don't waste it, I'm not saying that you have to be working all the time. The thing is to learn about God's rhythm and to learn how to discern and sense what you need to do when, and not be just led around by emotions and feelings. You know, if you know that you've got a mess in your home and you need to stay home for a few days and get things cleaned up, you can't get emotional every time somebody calls and wants you to take off and go somewhere. You got to be able to say no and stay focused and get the things done that you need to get done. But there's also times when you maybe want to work all day, and I would have a problem like this, and the better thing to do is not work at all and just lay on the couch all day in my pajamas and watch movies all day. And that's not a waste if it's something you need. But if you're doing that every day, then there's a little problem. So we have to have balanced lives, but just being busy. People, here's what I was going to tell you. You put your time into what's really important to you. If something is really important to you, then you will find the time to do it. So to say, I just can't find the time to study the Bible. I just can't find the time to pray. Well, time's not hiding from you. It's right there in front of your face. You don't have to go find it. You've got it. All you got to do is rearrange what you're doing with it a little bit and start putting first things first. And when you put first things first, everything else will seem to fall into place. Don't major in minors.
We hope you enjoyed this teaching. To get more from Joyce, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing.